up until now, and I think you guys know this, up until now, I've been a fan of Miss Gascon. Uh, up until now. Okay, Emilia Perez snubbed by GLAAD Media Awards. The 36th annual GLAAD Media Awards nominations included one significant omission. Netflix's Emilia Perez was left off the nonprofit advocacy group's list of 303 culture-changing nominees across 33 categories, honoring outstanding, fair, accurate, and inclusive representations of LGBTQ people and issues in film, television, gaming, publishing, stage productions, music, podcasting, journalism, and more. Okay, so this is like the LGBT, like the premier award show is GLAAD Media Awards for LGBTQ, for uh presentation in films. Emilia Perez is snubbed. And the way that movie's been marketed, the way Hollywood has pushed Emilia Perez to everyone, that this is the movie of movies, trans, Latino, the whole thing. It's, God's gift to earth. And this happens. This is just from yesterday, guys. The snub illustrates the disconnect between LGBTQ media and the entertainment industry over the controversial crime musical from French filmmaker Jacques Anjard. Emilia Perez is widely predicted to receive several Oscar nominations on Thursday. Okay, here we go, right? The movie could get multiple Academy Awards record, including the most nominations ever for an international film, passing Roma and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, record of 10, and the most nominations for any film. 14 is the record recently set by La La Land. The film star, Carla Sofia Gascon, is also predicted to make history as the first openly trans woman nominated for Best Actress. Emilia Perez is already set has already set a Golden Globes record with the most nominations, tied the BAFTA Awards with 15 nominations. The film won Best Comedy Golden Globe and received 11 BAFTA nominations, including Best Film. However, the story is quite different online. Emilia Perez is frequently criticized. In November, GLAAD posted the article that claimed the project was not good trans representation and included a retrograde performance of trans life. The GLAAD piece included several negative reviews of Emilia Perez from LGBT media and trans critics, including Drew Burnett Gregory, who identifies as trans and wrote a scathing takedown of the movie. Whether made by us or about us, I want more trans stories that are audacious, ambitious, and new. The problem with Emilia Perez is that while it's new in some ways, it's very, very tired in others. Gregory wrote, before calling out the trans tropes they felt the film engages with, including trans women killer, tragic trans woman abandons her wife and children to transition, trans treated as a death, dead naming and misgendering at pivotal moments, trans women described as half male, half female. In a recent profile in the Hollywood Reporter, Gascon also hit back critics. First off, I'm tired of TikTokers, Instagrammers, influencers, and people who get up in the morning and are all soccer coaches. They're all journalists. They're all film critics. You must be super well adjusted to criticize the work of 700 people from your couch, sitting there next to your PlayStation. Oh, she said. Second, they claim to speak for everyone. Let me tell you, being LGBTQ doesn't make you less of an idiot. Wow. Yeah, that's a really, up until now, and I think you guys know this, up until now, I've been a fan of Miss Gascon. Uh, up until now. You see, this is a problem when actors think they're Martin Luther King with everything. And I would say, and I've said this, I'm not exaggerating, I'm staying on point, is that whenever you're doing something controversial, you know it's going to be controversial, you know it's going to be daring, you know it's going to be different, which I'm all for, let the work speak for itself. Let the work speak for yourself. And for a while, Godla was doing that. but I think the Hollywood voices got to her, and where she is lambasting online critics, influencers, TikTokers. I had invited her for an interview. I got a heart from her, and that was it. I think it would have been a really good interview. I think it would have given her a very fair space for her to for us to talk. But this kind of language where it's like, oh, how dare you criticize from your couch? Uh, criticize the 700 people that worked on this film illustrates just how much of a mess this movie is on so many levels. So you have GLAAD completely snubbing it. You have the majority of Mexican people who hate the film. Then you have people in the Academy who hate that it's being pushed down their throats. And I've talked to a few Academy members. You guys remember I told you that. So that's that's huge. That's huge. That GLAAD, the leading gay and lesbian media awards coalition, whatever you want to call it, snubbed this film. Is the Academy going to snub this film as well? What do you guys think? I want to know. I can tell you though, people will not come to your defense if they feel that you are kind of taking broad strokes with them just because you've received criticism. The lazy criticism back is that, well, you're a phobe, you're an ist because you're criticizing the movie. It's like, sure, all right, grow up and listen to the criticism. Is there going to be criticism about LGBTQ people? Of course there is. Is there going to be criticism about Latinos? Of course there is. So what? What's the general consensus is that there's a lot to be offended from this film, and it's got nothing to do with trans. So Emilia Perez making waves, everybody.